Adrian Betancourt, urban planner by day, but more interestingly, author and explorer of all things by night. So thanks for joining us for, my gosh, 21st episode. So we're of legal age now. I guess we could drink.
Yay.
And I couldn't be more excited about this guest. I've been following her for a long time. I've been wanting to have her on the program. We finally made it work. Her name is Aileen Sabanal. If you are at all connected to Miami's literary community, you should know that name. You've probably been to one of her many events or a book club or, seen her on social media. Aileen, welcome to and I should say Aileen is a literary experience designer, but really that captures so many things that we'll get to shortly. But Aileen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Aileen, what is a literary experience designer? Let's start there.
Yeah, it is a mouthful, isn't it? It's a mouthful. Essentially, I bring experiences to the books that we read. So any way that you want. It's making books part of life in a bigger way. That's the way I like to see it. I love to bring people together around books. I love to promote books that people write. I love to create events and create gatherings, build communities around books. So that's what it is. It's making the books that we read. The books that we read they make us who we are, right?
You are what you read.
there's a lot of writers that I think it was Gael Fay who said books change us, something like that. There's a lot of writers that have nugget lines. I like to call them nugget lines. The ones that we keep, the ones that we write down, the ones that we copy and we go back to from time to time, the ones we masticate. I love the belief that writers have that books do more than just sit there on our shelves. They change us as people. And so I make that come alive with events, with gatherings, with book club. It's something I love to do. I've been reading books since I was one of those really nerdy kids that got in trouble when I was 3 years old. And typical flashcards would go up in class and they would say, read that, put up your hand if you know that word. And I would be like getting my hand slapped because I could read the words at a very early age. And my teachers would be like, no, let other people read the words. And I'm like, but they're not saying anything and I know the words. So this is a story I tell a lot of people, but I have been book clubbing since I was in grade 1, because in grade 1, I was reading chapter books already. And so when we would have library time, I would go with my little friends to the library and they would see me go to another section and take other books out. And so it was sitting down in a little circle on the carpet with my friends and me telling them about these books. So book clubbing has been a part of me since I was very, very young. And then now, spontaneous book clubbing, find me in a bookstore, find me in the airport, find me on a bus reading, and I will talk to people about what they're reading. Yeah. My husband hates it even when I go to the beach and people are reading books. I'm like, oh, what are you reading? So book clubbing is not just something that I do. It is part of who I am. It is my lifestyle. And I have brought the love of that and the passion for that into work now, into, creating events, into working with other people that want to bring the literary world to life in the communities that we live in.
That's wonderful. And so you said book clubbing a lot. So one of the things you're known for here is the Miami Book Club.
Yeah.
And then that kind of branched into, I guess, a larger umbrella type of concept, which is Book Clubbers Miami. Did I say that correctly?
Book Clubbers Miami, and Books and Books and Clubs.
Books and Clubs.
Yes. So the Miami Book Club is my book club. It is everywhere that I have lived, I have formed a book club. And so now the Miami Book Club has 3 chapters going on 4, maybe 5. Wow. I have like 51 people on my wait list and I'm trying to figure out what to do with that.
So
And
how
so
many members?
so, like in total, there's almost 200 in total.
Incredible.
I mean, some people are just on the WhatsApp chats,
Okay.
just waiting to hear about the next book that we're reading and are quiet readers and don't participate so much. Then there's others that are at every single meeting. I have one group in Spanish. I have groups of different ages. I have one that's intergenerational.
They're all
And
in person?
they're all in person.
Okay.
Yep. I also have one that I had in Santiago, Chile, which I still participate with in the chat. And every time I go back there, which is probably once every 2 years, I will participate in person with them, but we still talk about the books that we read. So everywhere I go, I've started book clubs. And the Miami Book Club started that way. When I was transplanted into Miami, I started the Miami Book Club with just people I barely met. I didn't even know if they read. And the beauty of book club and the reason why I think that it is so trending right now. I laugh that it's trending when I've been doing it for years, but I think that it's trending right now because there is a thirst for connection with people, real life connection. And that is the beauty of book club. So when I started it everywhere that I moved, it was partly because of that reason. I mean, I read a lot of books anyways, and it's more fun to read them when you're in a group, even when you don't like the same books. In fact, when you don't like the same books, it makes it even more fun to be in book club.
A little spicier.
Yeah. Yeah. And those are some of the most memorable moments I've had in book club where people have very different opinions. And the connection goes really deep because when you are in a situation where you can talk and make yourself vulnerable about how a book affects you or how you share a certain experience in your personal life that is brought out in the book and share that with other people, or even just to be brave enough to say, I didn't really like it. Sorry, and then people around you are like, well, why? Why didn't you like it? Tell us about what you're thinking. So when you get to be vulnerable and brave enough to have a differing opinion in a group of people, that just makes you connect in a very different way. So it's not just yeah, we all loved the book and yeah, we all loved where it brought us. And yeah, that's our favorite author. And let's go do volume 2 or whatever of the same story. That happens a lot, yes. But some of the deeper bonding moments that happen in book club are when you can have a different opinion and still feel like you're seen, feel like you've heard, feel like you're accepted. And those are the things that happen in book club. That's why it's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, and it's nice in these very divisive times when everyone's kind of running to their silos and not talking to those with a different opinion.
Yeah.
To have that safe space to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around a book.
Yeah. 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 So the Miami Book Club is the one thing that I do. Yeah. But then there is Book Clubbers Miami, which was something that came about in my work with the library. So I'm on the board of directors for the Miami-Dade Public Library, Friends of the Miami-Dade Public Library. And with them, I created the book club fair, which is now transformed into Bookmarked. And keep your calendars out there for January 23rd. We are doing our next book club fair, which is also integrated with the local author fair of the library. And we're going to have it at Main Library on January 23rd. So save that date. But
and last year's was amazing, by the way.
Wow,
it was my first. I don't know if there were.
There was one before that. Okay. Yeah, we haven't been doing it very long.
I loved it. I thought it was
the one before it
well
was
done.
Very small, and it grew exponentially last year. We were so happy with it.
Great job.
Thank you. And next year we're going to do it again. We're excited about it. We have a great lineup of authors already, so it's going to be good. But that was so working with the library, with the friends. The friends actually came to me and said, why don't you see if you can create another book club for us? And I said, no, the library is it's such a resource for us. And this is why I love being on the board, because the friends of the library, their objective is really to advocate for the library and to promote the programs and resources that the library has available. There's so many things that the library does that people don't know about. Driving up and getting free Wi-Fi, printing anything you want when you go. You don't have a computer, your computer broke down, go and borrow a laptop from them. There's so many things that they provide to us for free.
Ton of resources for writers, lots of great
Yes.
workshops. One coming up now at the
Yes.
Westchester Regional Library.
Exactly. So the book club fair was born out of the idea that this community of book lovers needs a space. They need a resource as well, feeding off of each other. But they need a space to be together, to create that community, to make the library their home. And this is part of what the library really is. I mean, when we were growing up, maybe it was just a place to hold the books where you could take and leave them. But today the library means so much more. So that's what the book club fair, now bookmarked, is all about. It's about that community and the library being alive for us as a book clubbing community.
So it's called Bookmark now.
Bookmarked.
Okay, so what was behind that change? Just curious.
Well, we're growing.
Okay.
We're growing. Yeah. So it needed a new branding.
It's going to have kind of new elements. I mean, you're combining the two events, so already there's going to be a kind of a broader kind of a program, I imagine.
Yes.
But anything new that we can look forward to?
Yes, I think that there's going to be a lot of involvement from community partners in a very different way. And this is one of the things that the library is so great at. The library also brings the community other things, other access to, there's free museum passes that we can get with our library card. So these kinds of relationships are going to come together with us at Bookmarked as well. And it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be great. So it's like everything that the library touches in the community is going to be part of this fair, and you get it all in one shot. So
that's great. And indoor, protected from the elements.
Indoor and outdoor. It's still also outdoor. They have a large
plaza.
Well? Oh, great. Yeah. So it's also outdoor.
Well, and it's January, so it'll be nice.
Yeah. And then another thing that I do that's related to the book clubs is books and books and clubs.
Yeah.
So that is a community of book clubs. And Mitchell Kaplan, the owner of Books and Books, and I have been working for a while with Christina Nosti, their director of programming, to put together a really good program that takes advantage of what Books and Books as a store provides for book clubs already, but also to, again, give them a special space in the store community that is just for them. And we've had some really great book club receptions with authors where we've had a chance to meet with them before their author presentations and their launches, and talk about book clubbing and talk about anything that people want to talk about to their authors.
That's
so
great.
They get exclusive access to that.
And oh my gosh, you should have one on September 26th. Certain book being launched that day.
Yes. So it's a really great concept. Mitch Kaplan, he's just such a believer of community, and it is supported by the Books and Books Literary Foundation, and they inspire the community one book at a time, and now they're doing it one book club at a time. It's just that inspiration to.
Just when you think they couldn't do anything more.
Yeah, exactly.
They keep
Exactly.
I don't know. I think when I had Mitch on, it says there are 365 days in a year, but I have over 400 events a year. I'm like,
yes.
How does that math add up? I guess you have multiple events every day.
Yeah.
So here's yet another great one.
They do so much.
How often is that taking place? Is it kind of irregular, or is it on a regular schedule?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not on a regular schedule.
Okay.
We just launched it about a month ago. So we're still getting people to sign up for it. We have had, 1 week we had 3 book club receptions in the same week. Then we had, one week, one another week. So it's really based on what is most appealing to book clubs in terms of the authors that are coming in, and it's growing constantly. So this Saturday actually is another thing for people to put on their calendar. This Saturday is Bookstore Romance Day, and so Books and Books and Clubs is going to be there for a book club mixer from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Coral Gables shop. So come on down to Books and Books and meet book clubs. So if you're in a book club, it's good because if you're in a book club,
And
you
that's
can
August 15th, just to
August
be clear,
15th.
because
Yes. Oh, that's
sometimes
right.
these things are a bit evergreen.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So hopefully you make it if the timing of this recording coming out. But it's August 15th, and it's a chance for book clubs to meet other book clubs. It's also a chance for people that don't have a book club to find a book club.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason for the community as well. The
Or
reason,
form one, right? Do you help
yes,
groups
yes,
form? Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of forming book clubs, I am the creator of a program for bookclubs.com.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Bookclubs.com is an app that has existed for quite a few years, a wonderful app that administratively helps book clubs manage
brilliant.
all of the details that go into running meetings for book clubs.
So
So
it sounds simple to run a book club, but there's
there's a lot of things. There's the organizational hat that one puts on as a book club leader. There's a million details. So the app has always been there to help book clubs. It gives you video conferencing. It sends out automatic reminders to your members. So the book club's leaders circle is something that I help create with them. And it is a developmental workshop series. It's got 3 different levels. We offer it several times a year. And as a book club leader with experience, or someone that is new that doesn't have a book club yet but wants to form one, or someone that's just got a few years under their belt or even a few months under their belt that wants to really learn some techniques, what I do is I teach and facilitate these workshops to help keep your book clubbers engaged.
right.
And to learn how to be a good and a great book club leader so that you leave a legacy and that your book club goes on, even if you're not going to be part of it in the end.
So what are a couple of tips?
A couple of tips?
Yeah. Something people may not think about that helps to make, a decent book club great. How to go from good to great in the book club world?
You know what? So it's people skills. It's listening. And not only listening to people's voices, but how people express themselves. So a good book club is one where every book club member has a voice, but that voice might not be the same with every person. So when you say the word voice, you think, okay, it's someone speaking, but there's some people that take a lot of time to think about what they want to say before it actually comes out in a verbal word. So
and then there's some people who hog the conversation.
Yes.
My apologies.
Exactly. So being a great book club leader versus, I don't know, I guess one that has room to grow, a great book club leader knows how to see those signs, knows how to change it up and mix it up so that everybody has a chance to speak. Not always in front of the entire group either. Like sometimes you could mix them up into smaller groups, break out in pairs, write something down, put something in a chat ahead of time before we actually go to the book club meeting. So there's many different ways that a book club leader can get your voice out there without necessarily forcing someone to actually stand up in front of a crowd and say something out loud.
And you mentioned a book club leader. So I imagine, like any organization, it's helpful to have a leader, right? Now, how is that leader typically chosen? Is it the person who's formed the organization? Do they tend to be democratic? And do they vote that person in on an annual basis? Does a leader get to automatically select a book? Or I don't quite understand the dynamics of a book club, never having been in one, to be honest.
Oh, you got to join one. You got to join one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Actually,
I don't have a ton of time for reading right now, but I would love to.
Yeah. No, we need more mixed gender or male book clubs, actually. You've always been a great population of the reading segment. So, or
but
the
women
readers
tend to
segment.
dominate the book clubs,
women
right?
dominate the book clubbing scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, some groups just form from a bunch of friends saying, "Hey, you're reading, I'm reading. Let's get together. Let's have a glass of wine. Let's have dinner together. Once a
there's
month."
wine? Oh,
there can be anything you want. Yeah, there can be non-drinking ones as well. There can be non-alcoholic drinking ones. Yeah, but anything goes. But sometimes some people inherit them. So they've been a member in one, and then nobody wants to lead it anymore. And someone just has to step up to the plate and say, okay, fine, I'll do it. Some people have looked to become a leader, and they love reading. They want to do it in a group. And so they look for people to do it together with them. And it's all purposeful. It's all calculated. It's all intentional. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not that organized. It's just met somebody, we talk about the same books, like, hey, let's get together. Do you have other friends? Let's get together too. And you form it that way. Sometimes it's really spontaneous.
And some are very kind of thematic, and some maybe
Mhm.
just a little more general, right? So,
Yeah.
like you said, anything
Yeah.
goes.
Anything goes. Yeah. You have people that read different books. It doesn't matter what they read. They pick it every single month, and there's no rhyme or reason to what's being picked. Some people are very methodical, and they
Mhm.
say, no, let's choose 12 books for the entire year. Let's do it now in January and have it set for the whole year. There's voting that goes on. There's certain criteria that needs to be met before a book is put on the list of nominations. So sometimes it can get really, really organized.
That's funny. So they all have their different personalities.
They all have their
which is
different
fun.
personalities. There's some that only read a certain genre. There's some that stick to fantasy, that stick to thrillers, banned
Romance
books,
is a big-
romance. Yeah. There's all kinds.
So I mentioned themes earlier. So one of the things you do, and I'm not quite sure I understand it, but you're going to explain it now, is the Books in Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Mm-hmm. Books and Blooms is a great event that you should put on your calendars for April 23rd, 2027. So this is a throw on a 600-year-old legend about a knight that saves a princess from a dragon. And instead of blood being shed by this dragon when he is conquered, roses bloom. And so the tradition it comes from Catalonia in Spain. They have been celebrating this for many, many years. And I believe it was around the mid 80s when it moved to celebrate on World Book Day every single year. And that's April 23rd. And so around the world, you'll actually see festivals about this legend. But the beautiful thing about this legend is that the tradition is now giving a rose or giving a book. So this legend has blossomed into
No pun intended.
a celebration, exactly, a celebration of the gift of giving. And it's the gift of giving a rose or giving a book. And so the origins of it in Catalonia, if you go there and you go to Barcelona, for example, and you see how they celebrate this festival, it is beautiful because it is the streets lined with roses and lined with booksellers. And people just buy a book and they buy a rose and they gift it, they exchange it, and it's beautiful. So why should Miami not have that? Right?
Like a little Spain, sure.
Yes. So, so that's the celebration of that, and we are bringing it here. We did a mini event last year, or like this year, and so the first time we're going to do it is going to be April 23rd, 2027.
And I apologize. Where is it happening? Or is it?
We don't have a location yet. We
okay.
are looking. We're almost 100% sure in Coral Gables, but we are looking at our final choices for the actual venue.
I love it.
Mhm.
What else you got cooking up? I mean, not that you need anything more on your plate, but gosh, okay, you have, I can't even say it. Books and clubs.
Yeah.
Book clubbers, the Miami Book Club.
Uh-huh.
Your book club institute, I forget what it's
Bookclubs.com.
called. Bookclubs.com.
Yeah.
Books
the
and
Friends of the
Bloom. You
Library.
got the Friends of the Library.
Uh-huh.
You got the book. What's the event now? The new name?
Books and Blooms.
Books Bookmark.
Oh, bookmarked.
Bookmark.
Yep. Bookmarked with them. Mm-hmm.
What else? I know you have something cooking up. You just seem like
there's
that type of person.
constantly things cooking up. Constantly. Yeah. Well, you never know I kind of started being more, I guess, I don't know if you want to say visual about the work that I do in the literary world or the literary community when I started being a literary publicist, actually. So you never know. I mean, you might see me just promoting a certain writer one day, those kinds of things. But on my Instagram, I also have a monthly
Reads by Aileen.
author series, Reads by Aileen.
I should have started with that. I apologize. Yeah.
Reads by Aileen.
What is that?
It's just my Bookstagram account. It's micro, as you would say. I'm not huge. I have great followers who are constantly engaging with me, and I love them to death. And it just started out in, I don't know, I guess around the pandemic, where I was like many other people that said, "Hey, here's another tool to just talk to people about books." So I put myself out there. But around the same time, I started working as a literary publicist promoting writers, and because I started knowing so many of them, I started doing this monthly series where I would interview them and talk about their books on Instagram. So I do a live about once a month. The next one is actually August 26th, and
Great.
it's going to be with Joe Piazza. And the book is The Parisian Heist.
Love it.
So, yeah. So every once in a while, I do that too.
And your handle is literally at Reads by Aileen. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we'll have that up on the screen.
Yeah, and I used to just go on there and just talk about, like, I used to just show pictures of my books,
Yeah.
and then write a little bit about what I was always doing before, like technology and Instagram and all that. Every book that I would read that I really loved, I would write something in the cover of the book. I'm not one of those people that thinks books are sacred in that sense of, like, they have to look pristine all the time. The more dog-eared it is, the more, like those books that come from a beach trip that are full of sand and have been wet by the water and sunscreen
They've
splattered
lived.
all over. Yes, exactly. I love those books. So I used to always write, I mean, I still do write in my books about, underlining, highlighting, but I would write in the cover of the book after reading one that I want to keep, and I would write what I thought about it, or, just kind of like a little message for me later on, or someone else that will pick up the book later on and read it. And I would kind of put my main thoughts of that book. So instead of just writing it, then I started with Bookstagram or Instagram to put that photo into Instagram and tell people about it. So Reads by Aileen, the name came from just kind of, these are the books that I read, and this is what I want to share about what I'm reading.
Now it sounds like you prefer print.
I do.
Based on that story. Okay.
Yeah.
Old school.
I'm
like
old
me.
school,
Yeah.
like 100%.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can appreciate the convenience
Yeah.
of the Kindle.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. Actually, I'll go to audio
Before digital.
before an
Okay.
ebook.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And audio is more it's very funny because my friends laugh at me because I cannot speed up Audible fast enough to read as fast as I read. Like I read three books minimum a week. And this is when I'm very busy. Like if I'm on vacation, I'm reading 7 books. I'm reading one a day. But
so you don't watch a lot of television.
I do. I just don't sleep. I think that's the thing.
That helps.
I still watch my series. I do, but not as much. Not as much as other people I know. Yeah. So
you're a fast reader.
I read very fast. So I don't like to have to like continually do this on my screen.
Yeah.
I prefer the book. I can write notes in it, smell the pages, flip through it, hold it where I go, carry it. So yeah.
It's like seeing a painting of Van Gogh in person versus on a screen. It's a very different experience.
It's a very different experience. Yeah.
And it is art at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is.
Now given what you do and how many books you read, I imagine you have your finger on the pulse of what Miami is reading. So what is Miami reading these days? Like what kind of genre is everybody kind of gravitating towards?
That's
I know we're
question.
a mix of communities here, but just kind of generally speaking.
Well, I don't think that Miami is any different than a lot of the other bigger book communities like LA or New York. I think we have a lot of the same mix. Although Spanish language books definitely are bigger in Miami than they would be in other parts of the US. I would also say that we have a great mix of well-known, not just in Spanish language, but translated from Spanish, like the Spanish writers, the Latin American writers that I love to say, I grew up in Canada, so I didn't grow up with lists of those readers. And there are some really great writers that write first in the Spanish language. And so those translations, and I think, Miami's a mix of a lot of different cultures as well, besides Latin. I mean, a lot of people think of that first when they think of Miami, but there are a lot of different cultures here as well. And so I think it's in general, a lot of those translated books are big here. But like any other region, we have big fantasy readers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy and romance is always big as well.
Yeah. It's a big trend. It's a big
And
trend.
what is it? Fantasy? I can't say it. It's the combination.
Romantasy.
Romantasy. I got that wrong.
Yeah. Romantasy. Yeah. That's big. But I mean, that also comes from just kind of growth in the readers, right? Like these are all the people that grew up on Harry Potter and those kinds of books. So of course, like it continues. And I think that, I mean, what does this say about us? Really, what does this say about us as a society? I think that when reading boomed in the pandemic, you know, the whole idea of we want to escape to somewhere else. And so we do it through the books that we read. I think that that can still be said about the books that are trending as well. Give me a world that's completely different.
Yeah, I think people want to escape the world right now for various reasons.
Yeah, so it's not just bring me to another country.
Yeah.
It's bring me to a completely different world. Bring me to a space that is not like where I'm living today, and let me live in it for a little while.
Boy, do I have the book for that. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
No, we won't do that. So listen, we're actually out of time, believe it or not. These conversations go really fast.
Oh my gosh.
Any kind of parting words for the audience?
Keep reading, I would say. Keep reading and join a book club. Join us at Books and Books and Clubs at Books and Books. We have a great community, and it's not just for book clubs. It is for anyone that likes to read and anyone that wants to connect with other people. I think that, like I said, reading and reading in groups makes you able to socialize in a different way with people, because that barrier, that performance that people put on sometimes, it breaks down in book club. And so when you join a group like that, you get to know some people at a real level. And that's the beautiful thing.
And talk about some interesting things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some of the issues that are tackled in these books, fiction or nonfiction. And there are nonfiction book clubs out there as well. Are really interesting.
Yeah.
So you'll learn a lot. But most importantly, you'll connect with people. Get out of your house, get off your screen, meet and interact with people.
Yes.
Kind of a lost start. Aileen, I want to thank you for being my guest on this program.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for everything you do for Miami's literary community. Really, you're like the Miami's connector.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
Folks, I want to thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, do the whole thing that you do out there in social media land. And please come back. We have some great guests lined up. I'm booked through the rest of the year, believe it or not. We have Lydia Lopez coming from the library. We have Ava with the Friends of Miami-Dade Public Library System. So a couple of the organizations we talked about here are coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. I also want to thank our longtime partners in this, Miami's Community Newspapers, for producing the program. And a special shout out, as always, to Enzoni behind the cameras there for all his great work. So thank you. And until next time, keep reading, keep